KXAS TV 5, Fort Worth, Dallas.
The Texas News presents Encounter 79, a weekly discussion with community leaders and opinion makers about contemporary events. Now, here is Chip Moody.
Well, thank you very much, and welcome to Encounter 79, our regular weekly program here on Channel 5, during which we discuss significant events and issues of the day in depth. Last Tuesday, massive tornadoes swept through portions of North Texas, causing widespread damage, killing about 60 people, perhaps 100, and leaving more than 800 injured. Our guest today on Encounter 79 is Channel 5's Chief Meteorologist, Harold Taft. And today we're going to talk about tornadoes, what they are, how they're formed, and very importantly, how we can best protect ourselves. Harold, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Chip.
Now, before we get into the rest of the program, we've got some videotape of what it was like in Wichita Falls, the hardest hit area last week, when the tornado came into town. Okay, this is just moments before the storm actually swept into town. You can see the hail. We've got pictures of the hail, and this is apparently a very big warning sign that the danger is on the way. It came just after 6 p.m. The warnings were issued, the hail came, and 15 minutes later, Wichita Falls would never be the same. Of course, emergency operations got underway immediately, and the damage of these storms is incredible. These are some ground-level shots. The leaves stripped off the trees make it resemble so much a World War II bombing scene. This may go down as perhaps the costliest tornado in Texas history. Unbelievable destruction. You almost had to be there to grasp the size of and the magnitude of just how terrible this particular tornado was.
I think, Chip, we're saying about this tornado, we don't know yet, but there may have been several there. Chances are there was. I think I saw one photograph that we could certainly identify 2 funnels at least.
We saw that on the news one night, and it will be interesting to see as the days wear on more pictures that come out as the tornado swept into town, because I'm sure there are some more movies or still pictures or slides.
Dr. Theodore Fujita from the University of Chicago has been in town throughout this week, and I suspect may be at Wichita Falls now, and he will make a study of this as he did the one in Lubbock. It will be very interesting. It'll take about a year to make a full study of it.
Later on in the program today, we're going to show you a number of, kind of give you a primer course on tornadoes, how they're formed, the thunderstorms that are associated with them. We think this should be a very interesting, timely, and informative program. And we also have some exceptional footage on tornadoes of the past, footage that cameramen have gotten over the years of different tornadoes that have hit Xenia, Ohio, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Got some nighttime footage. We've got some of that tape here. I'm not sure if we've got it queued up or not, but it's a sample of some of the things that we'll be seeing in the next 20, 30 minutes on this program. This is the Xenia, Ohio tornado of a couple years ago. You can just feel the force of that tornado as it moves through. The winds, I guess, Harold, get up 200, 300 miles an hour.
How about that in the big ones, yes?
Okay.
There's so much friction in them. There's no limit how high the winds could be, but because of the magnitude of them and the friction of the earth, probably 200, 250 is about the
Here's some pictures of an unusual multiple tornado. You can see the different funnels clearly defined. Okay, let's take a short break here. And we are back on Encounter 79. Our guest today, Harold Taft, Channel 5's Chief Meteorologist and the Dean of TV Meteorologists, I guess, for the Southwest and for most of the country. And, of course, Harold, you've been watching tornadoes and their effect for years and years now. And you've brought with you today some exceptional footage and a primer on tornadoes.
Well, it really is. Before we get into that, Chip, let me answer a question I guess I've been asked more the last few days than any time in a long while. What's the difference between a tornado and a cyclone? In Kansas, they call tornadoes cyclones. They do the same thing in portions of Missouri, but down here in Texas, we call them a tornado or a twister. A cyclone is any storm that rotates in a counterclockwise manner. A tornado is such a storm. It rotates in a counterclockwise manner. So all tornadoes are cyclones, but all cyclones are not necessarily tornadoes. The L's on our weather maps are cyclonic storms. All tornadoes develop from thunderstorms, and the tape that we have is prepared by Mr. Alan Muller, a young meteorologist for the National Weather Service who has done extensive research into these severe storms, and we'd like to show you some of it to you now.
Virtually all tornadoes come from thunderstorms. and thunderstorms start with cumulus clouds like these. The process is speeded up in this time-lapse film. Thunderstorms start when warm, moist air becomes blue and begins to rise. Air expands, cools, and condenses to form clouds. The cloud towers you see here are updrafts of rising air. You can see these updrafts grow to higher altitudes as they build in columns several miles in diameter and over 10 miles high. These towering clouds have now developed into a thunderstorm, which might bring heavy rain, hail, strong straight winds, and possibly tornadoes. Here is a representation of an entire thunderstorm to help you pick out that part of the storm that is most likely to produce a tornado. We are looking northwest. These sharply outlined and rapidly ascending towers locate the storm's most intense updrafts. The storm has reached its peak altitude and is being blown downstream into an anvil by high winds aloft. The cloud base under these towers is generally free of rain. Most of the precipitation falls out here to the north and east of the rapidly building tower. The tornado will most likely develop underneath these towers to the southwest of the main precipitation area. Large hailstones often fall immediately to the north and east of the tornado. The tornado usually comes out of a cloud formation called a wall cloud. You may see rotation in the wall cloud prior to the tornado.